Good afternoon, welcome to my channel, Better Monday Fasting. In today's video I'm going to talk about kidney filtration. So before getting started, I want to make it clear that the things I'm sharing in this video, it's only my personal experience, it's not medical advice. So please do your own research before making any health-related decision. So today I want to talk about a key turning point in my fasting journey, which was when I discovered the kidney filtration. And when I say kidney filtration, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the kidneys filtrating blood, but more like being able to get out like waste matter through the urine. And so I started fasting in 2016, spring of 2016, and right away I started eating raw. I quit alcohol, and I was fasting regularly. And then like about a year later, so I moved from Switzerland, I moved to Argentina. And in Argentina, I was doing some research and I discovered about kidney filtration. And to find out about like if we are filtrating or not, so if we're able to like get rid of the waste matter through our kidneys, there's a simple test, like we need to pee in a jar, transparent jar, and if the urine is transparent, so if we put behind the jar, we put the newspaper and we could read, it means that the kidneys are not filtrating. And on the contrary, if like the urine is like opaque, you cannot see through, then it means it's filtrating. And also, like a good thing to do, it's to, once you've done number one in a jar, it's to let it sit, because sometimes it looks transparent, but if you let it sit, either like waste matter will sit at the bottom, it will be like a snowflake matter, or sometimes it kind of like it accumulates, like it stays like suspended. That's why like I recommend not just to check and say, oh no, I didn't filter, and like flush it. Like well, I live by myself, so it's not difficult when I do monitor my urine. Yeah, if you live with other people, it might be a little maybe a little disgusting for other people to have like jars of urine hanging around. It's not very sexy, but it was a key turning point for me, because even though I was like fasting and I was eating astringent fruits, I was juicing a lot. So he had been like if I'm not mistaken, yeah, like over a year that I'm already fasting. I'm doing all this, like I'm living healthy. So once I discovered about, I find out about kitty. Oh, there's a kitty crossing the street. There's a car, so I was like, the kitty stays on the middle of the road. So so when I find out about kidney filtration, I was like, oh, I'm gonna see if I'm filtrating, you know. So I'm doing my daily grounding. I'm gonna do my, like here I do my daily grounding, and here I have a tree I can hug, can touch. It feels really nice. I can also like ground like that with the tree. I massage my feet with the tree. It's incredible. It's really good. So like I started monitoring my urine for a week, and like each time I'll go to the bathroom, like my urine was transparent. I was like, oh my god, like why I'm not filtering, like, and so I started doing some research, like what favors kidney filtration, and it's a little bit, even to this day, it's really hard to have it's still something that I don't fully control. Like I know that dry fasting helps a lot, or even like just fasting, but dry fasting helps a lot. Then eating like astringent fruits or vegetables. It could be like lime, it could be, I mean, there are some certain categories, like some of them are more like everything that makes your gum kind of go like this. Yeah, it's good for kidney filtration. And like having like hot cold showers, like everything that moves the lymphatic liquid around helps. Dry brushing, your whole body, but also on the kidneys. And movement is really good. So it can be sports, but also walking. But then there was one thing that they were recommending for kidney filtration, was like doing like hot compress, hot compress on the kidneys. So it was pretty much the only thing that I wasn't doing. So it kind of gave me a clue, like I'm like, oh yeah, that could be it. So I went to the pharmacy and bought like those like packs that they go cold or hot. Either you can put inside the fridge, or you can boil it. So I start like boiling that hot pack, and wrap it into like a Black Sea Storm t-shirt, and then put it on my kidneys and lay on my back. So I will do like 5-10 minutes on one kidney, and then 5-10 minutes on the other kidney. So I start doing that, like I will do sessions every day, and before you know it, oh my god, I start like filtering out like a lot of like waste matter. So it worked, like maybe it was the last thing I needed, like, because I was already fasting, I was already eating like I was actually, because for the first 9 months I ate raw. So I was still eating pretty much raw. I was juicing. I brought like a slow juicer from Switzerland, and I was juicing a lot. And oh my god, once I started doing the compress like thing, like my urine was like full of waste matter, like, and that was like a turning point for me, because soon after I started like feeling so much better. It was really like a milestone in my journey. I mean, it was like if my entire life I was wearing like this metal diving suit, old school, and all of a sudden I was taking it off, so I could like, wow, I'm so flexible now. And yeah, it was amazing. And so I believe it's like really important to monitor our urine to make sure if we're filtering or not, because the way I understand how it works, the lymphatic system is like every cell has a function. Every cell in the body has a function, and while it's like doing like its function, it produces waste, and that waste needs to go to the like the lymphatic sewage. Then it gets treated into the lymphatic glands, first treatment, and then it goes back to the lymphatic sewage, and it goes to the exit points. So kidneys, colon, skin, tongues, for women like the period, So there are some exit points. So we have to make sure that whole chain works, and the first step is, so there's this chemical, I don't want to say chemical reaction, but a chemical reality for waste matter to pass the membrane of the cell. So remember we said each cell produces waste, okay? But for that waste to filter out of the cell and go into the sewage, the pH of the cell needs to be less acidic than the outside of the cell. Because if not, it doesn't pass. So that's a very, very important point. So with the lymphatic system, like the first thing we need to do is like to make sure that our body is not too acidic, because if the lymphatic fluid is way too acidic, the cell is not going to be able to expulse like the waste, and without like pretending to give medical facts, that's my understanding of how we get tumors and cancer. Because it's like imagine your house, like, and you're not like, they're not picking up the trash, so you're not able to, so like the trash is piling up in your apartment, and after a while it becomes a problem to for you to, like in your living environment, to do the other things you have to do, So first thing is like we have to alkalinize the body. So yeah, eating fruits and vegetables, it's more alkaline than eating like cheese, meat, all that. But everything has, like, I really don't want to say this is good, this is bad, because everything has, I mean, maybe not everything, but all those like macronutrients, like they all have like a positive and maybe a negative side. I mean, yeah, fruits are great, but they also have sugar, I mean, meat has a lot of benefits, but it can be acidic. So also like exercising, it's great for you, but it's acidic. So the thing we want to do, like, just imagine a balance. So we want the alkaline activities to weigh more, so we alkalinize the body. And it's not just food, it's also like how you feel inside, and your feelings. I mean, if you're a jealous person, you have envy, you hate your mother-in-law, things like that, it's bad. Like, it's eating you up, If you don't like your job, if you don't like your boss, you don't like your colleagues, like if you have those bad feelings, it's acidic. On the contrary, like if you have, you're full of love, like when you see your friends, you give them hugs and it feels good, like, touching with good intention, like you see a cat, you pet the cat, and it makes the cat feel good and you feel good. Like your kids, you touch their hair, hey, how you doing, how was school, and like all that is like, and with your loved one, like just to be nice, hug each other and all, like then, like, for example, like a massage with good intention. I mean, a professional massage is good, but I mean, if with your partner you can give like massage, but also with like, not only you're giving a massage, but you're giving love, all those things are very they're alkaline. Also socializing, and like with good intentions, like really like care about your friends, care what they have to say, care about how, like about their struggle and how they went, like not just to talk, to wait so you can, it's your turn to speak, all those things, they add up. And I mean, I think a key thing, like it's work. Like if you love what you do, then it's very, that's a huge that's huge, because I mean, if you work like 8 hours a day, I mean, that's a huge chunk of that's the third of your life, So if the third of your life you're hating it, maybe start thinking about how you can find a solution, or what would be a better solution for you to generate money, you know? And because that's going to be acidic, you know. And I'm not saying like stress is acidic too. I mean, a little bit of stress is good. Like you don't want it to be all relaxed, you know. So it's a balance. Like it's even in, like I said, like going to the gym, it can be acidic, but it has so many benefits. So we're not going to stop going to the gym because it's a little acidic. It's just that the overall picture, we want it to be. We want at least like our like lymphatic liquid to be alkaline enough, more than the waste matter inside the cell, so the waste matter can go. Then we have to really work on movement, because the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like the cardiovascular system. So it doesn't move around on its own, you know. So we have to do all these things. So walking is good, like exercising is good, hot, cold showers, massage, dry brushing. If you can access a sauna is great. And if you have sauna and a cold plunge, that's great. Like, you know, you go, of course, be careful, you know, it depends on your, like, you don't want to shock the body, you don't want to have a heart attack, or God forbid, like, you don't want something like that, like, but it's all, you know, it's like fasting. You have to know your limits. Then little by little you get better at it. And once we have all that chain working, then we have to make sure that the exit points are exiting the bad stuff, you know, because if they're not, what we're doing is like we're going to be fasting, we're going to be detoxifying the body, but then we're going to reabsorb everything because we're not able to get it out, you know. So that chain has to work. Like for fasting to be working, that whole chain has to work. And I'm still like, kidney filtration is still, it is less mysterious than before. I know more or less how it works, but still up to this day, like, I don't, now I've been, for the past months, I've been monitoring my urine every day. I'm filtering out good. Like on the days I'm breaking my fast. Now that I'm fasting like 3 days a week. So usually after I break my fast that night or in the following morning, I have lots of waste material in my urine. But sometimes I don't. You know, like. All the other times, like sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, and now I was on a good rhythm where, you know, each time after fasting, I was getting some waste matter out, and so I fast. Today, what day is? Today is Tuesday. No, today is Wednesday. Fast. Yeah, after my Saturday fast. After my Saturday fast, you know, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, like I didn't filter, and it's weird, like, because I went to the sauna, I even got a massage. You know, I'm breaking my fast with lemon juice. Fruit-wise, I eat papaya. That seemed to help too. Papaya with lime juice. So I'm doing all those things, but So I had a fast yesterday, Tuesday, and today I'm gonna break it. So we'll see if I filter. Maybe I'll filter double, or I don't know. So I don't have the exact science like to make it work at each time. But it's those things that help, and And now I don't have the compress thing. Maybe I should buy one. But at the sauna, I try to, when I'm going to the sauna, sometimes the walls or like the bench where we'll sit, it will get really hot, you know. It gets really, like, it's almost like it burns you. And so I try to put my kidneys there, you know. Try to do some, put my kidneys there. Or sometimes, like, what happens is that I'll have my towel when it's still dry, the towel, like, so the towel will get like somehow warmer than the air, you know. And then I put the towel on my kidneys, or sometimes also on my, that's also something good to do once in a while. On your liver, you know, after eating, you put some hot compress. It helps the liver. So yeah, like all, yeah, kidney filtration. It was for me. It was a turning point. It was really turning point. So it could be that. So I don't know what is the norm. You know, that's what I don't know. That's what I need to research, because it could be that it's my weakest link. You know, maybe I'm a person who's really struggling with that, and maybe that's also why fasting is working so well for me, because maybe that's the few times where I'm able to get that stuff out. So I don't know, when I say I don't know what's the norm, I don't know if there are people out there that, you know, each time they could go to the bathroom, they're filtering out, you know, or it's normal that, because even like sometimes I'll have like periods where like I'm filtering out daily, but I will only filter in the morning, for example. You know, the first couple times I filter out, but it's only the first couple times I go to the bathroom, and then in the afternoon, at night, I won't. It has its rhythms, and you know, like I think there's like there are lots of moving parts. Like they're made. There's lots of. That reminds me, like Michael of The Office. There's that scene. There, I don't know if you know what scene it is. Like it might be the funniest scene. It might be the funniest scene of. I think it's my favorite scene of The Office. It's like when, like, Michael is banging. What's her name? Samantha? No, like I forgot her name. His colleague's mom. And then she goes to Cuba or something, and she brings some rum for Michael, and so she knows that Michael is dating someone, but she doesn't know who. And so with that, Michael telling her, like, he makes it so she understands. Like it's so that's where, like, he says, like, oh, there are many moving parts here, and it's just hilarious. But yeah, like so with kidney filtration, I mean, there's a lot of factors, and I think they have to be aligned, and in my case, it's still something that is like, it seems like the body is struggling, like, and so sometimes it does it well, sometimes it does not know it. Then I cannot say, like, you know, oh, I haven't been filtering for a couple of weeks, and you know, I'm not feeling very good, or oh, I've been filtering really good, and I'm feeling like, I don't feel that a correlation like that, cause effect. Like I cannot go that far, but yeah, sometimes I'm filtering, sometimes not. Like also sometimes I don't monitor, because it's I mean, you have to have your own place, like you have to also, if you, yeah, like if you really want to do it good, like you have to urinate at your own place, you know, or you can have a jar with you just to monitor. Yeah, you can take it to a public bathroom, and well, it's for health. I mean, it's a little bit graphic stuff, but I mean, I have no taboos when it comes to, in my book too, you know. It's just like I mean, I shared a lot of details. Like, it's not sexy, you know. It's like and if there's a girl who wants to go out with me, reads all that stuff, like maybe she might change her mind. But with health, you have to talk about where you're coming from and your challenges, and so if you don't share those details, then it's hard to. And we all, like, you know, like people that are you know, they have problems, like they know. I mean, it's like it's for humans, and somebody is having those problems, you know. Even with the famous blue pill for erectile problem, you know, it's like nobody is using it, you know, but it's selling. Everybody's buying it for their friends, you know. It's so yeah, kidney filtration. That's really an important. It's an important topic. At least it was for me, and it's something that I wanna know more about it. So if you monitor your urine, or if you have experience and you want to share your experience, I'll take it, because I still don't know if my case is representative or not. Like, because there's something like with my relationship to fasting. So for me, it was so liberating, you know. Like, and I try to share that message, but sometimes I question, you know, like why it has been so good for me. It could be that I have maybe my weakest link is like my kidneys or my liver. Maybe we all have something that is the weakest link, you know, an organ that is the weakest link. So maybe it does me more good. It's more obvious the good it does to me than an average person. It could be. That's something I'm considering now. Like, I think it's good for anyone, but maybe it's not gonna be that spectacular, you know, because maybe, you know, your body functions so well that, you know, the 8 hours of sleep you're having, that's 8 hours of fasting. Maybe it's enough. You know, you wake up in the morning, and because your kidneys are working well, your liver works well, maybe you fall asleep like really quick. So maybe naturally, like, you don't eat too late. You know, somehow you're getting the job done, you know. And maybe I personally didn't have a profile like that. So for me, it's just maybe fasting. Yeah, it just gives more time, because maybe the certain organs are a little bit more lazy, or it could be. It's a possibility. Yeah, because because I don't understand why people are not freaking out about fasting. You know, that should be the main topic of, like, the entire world. You know, that's, for me, that's the master solution. Like, the master solution to all problems. Like, but I feel a little bit alone, like, with the excitement. Like, I don't. But also, there's also one thing to keep in mind, is just that to enjoy that excitement, like, you have to go on the other side, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they are not like, they motivate themselves for fasting. They start fasting, and then they got hit by symptoms, and they're like, okay, it's not for me, you know, and they quit. And that's the worst part. It's just like, in reality, like, more symptoms you have, it's like more you need it, you know. But unfortunately, we lose a lot of people at that stage. So then it's you don't have many people that Or also I know people, like I shared the message of fasting and everything, and I know that they do a little bit, they do and everything, but what they're telling me, the information, the feedback I'm getting from them, they're not even close. They're just, the fasting is the mountain and they're just having a picnic, like on the edges, like they're not, I mean, you bring me anyone, it takes me even not 3 minutes. I ask few questions, I know if they're really fasting or not, if they've completed the cycle or not, or if they're just getting, it's just like you have those people, like some people, they go head first, they jump into water, and then you have the other, they put one toe, oh no, another toe, no. So the imagery is that if you're that kind of person, you have no idea what it is to dive, You just, your relationship to water is just one toe. So you have no idea of what is swimming, what is diving, what is exploring, like the marine life, And some people, they think they're on the, I mean, it's always good to start small, but some people, they don't push it enough, So their image of fasting is like, oh, well, it's something that is, yeah, it's like that because you're not, like, you have to go on the other side, It's just, and it is difficult. There are difficult moments, but progressively, like, you can get there, like, suffering less. You can make it easier on yourself. That's what I want to say. So thanks a lot for watching the video. That was the video on kidney filtration. There's also a chapter in my book, For a Better Monday, that is out now. I put the link below. If you want to order it, you can order it through Amazon, the Kindle edition, and also the paperback is available. And so I had the version, like the proof, but I saw that they had author versions. So I ordered like five copies for authors. So they just charge me the print. So it sounds like good, like they just charge you for the print job. But then since I'm in Paraguay, it cost me an arm to get it here, So it cost me, at the end of the day, it's like I'm buying the retail price, the 5 books, maybe a little bit less, maybe tiny bit less. Yeah, paperback is more, but still, it's not a good deal. But like I wanted to have like a physical copy without that not for resale ban on it, because it was crazy. Like when I had I wrote the book, and I started in May and July, August, like I finished. So I was like, oh, congratulations, you wrote the book. But it never felt like, then I did all the work for to publish it, that felt a little bit more real, it was a little bit stressing. It was a little bit stressing, but it was also because I'm doing the first time. Now, I think the second time around it's gonna be easier. But it's just like the moment where, I received like the actual book and it was in my hands, that I felt like, wow, you wrote a book, man. Like, and I think that's what happens to people when they have kids. You have the pregnancy, you have all, you know that you're gonna be a mom or a dad, like all that. But I think that's how I can relate. I don't have kids, but it's once you have the kid in your arms, I think that's like, then you're like, wow, like I'm a parent, So I wanted to have some of those copies, and it's always, they say one image, it's worth 1,000 words. I've been telling people, I'm writing a book now, they're listening. But when you show it, like, it's like, whoa, it has your name on it. Like, it's pretty impressive. And now, like, with self-publishing, it's really democratic, It's really democratic, and I didn't get I was kind of fearing censorship, you know, because it's a topic, even though it's very light. I mean, the way I tell things, and there's a huge disclaimer and everything, but it's just that it's not your platform, you know. It's like once you use, I mean, it's not your publishing company. So when you use those platforms, I mean, they decide, you know. That's also something like yesterday in the yesterday's video, I was talking about why I don't need a medical diagnostic, and I was talking about like how we should be autonomous, you know. We shouldn't be that dependent, and also we are like with the whole like social media thing, like we're so dependent, you know. Like I think it's we need other systems. Like we need a blockchain based, like a citizen social media platform, because I don't know who was saying that, but a person I saw on YouTube had a great image. Like he was saying, like it's for example, like YouTube, you know, it's like, for example, you're cooking all your meals, right? You're cooking, so you're in the habit of, you know, buying your groceries, cooking, and one day I tell you, you know what, like I love cooking, so why don't you stop cooking, focus on your career, and every night you can come to my house and I cook for you. And you're like, wow, you know, that's gonna liberate so much time. And then, you know, like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a year, now you're in the habit. You forgot what the grocery store is. You know, you're always coming to my house, you're eating, it's good, it saves you lots of time. Then you're like, wow, this is great. And then little by little I'm telling you, oh, did you put that tie on? You know, I don't like red. Why did you put that red tie on? Like I start like making little comments like that, you know. Or you crack a joke and I'm like, oh, you know how I don't like, you know, sex jokes or whatever. You know, little by little I'm like censoring you, you know. I'm like, and you forgot how to cook, you know. So in order to reclaim your freedom, you'll need to relearn how to cook, you know, and buy your own groceries. But now you're, you know, maybe you're making more money because with all that time you've been investing in your professional life, and you forget how to cook, and it's not part of. So that's kind of my feeling with the social media, you know. You know, like all those tools, like oh, it's free, you know, YouTube is free. It's YouTube. It's like don't need anybody's permission to go on TV. You can do your own TV show, and it's great. I mean, I'm using it. But then there's like community rules, and you know, and then it's open to discussion. But actually, it's not. They decide. So if they think that it's not good for the community, then it's not good for the community. So then what do you do? So yeah, I mean, it was like in my home country, like for some reason they blocked Instagram, you know. And then there's all these like all these repercussions like on economy, and I mean, I have friends, they had this like huge rock show scheduled, and huge. I mean, it's one of like the most known metal bands in Turkey, and they moved the whole show like for, if I'm not mistaken, a month later. No, instead of having it on September, I think they moved it to October. Like, why? Because the Instagram was blocked and they could not promote it. You know. So, and without that social media for promotion, so it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do, but it's just that. Yeah, I mean, it's just because you don't have another. Yeah, you're not independent. You've done you delegated You delegated the way you reach your fans to somebody else. And in that case, it wasn't that somebody else that did the censorship, but for X, Y, other reasons, like it got blocked, and now you cannot promote your rock show. So that's why, like, I think I'm gonna start the mailing list with Better Monday Fasting, with all that project, because mailing list it's something you can. It's not dependent on the platform. So if you have even 100 people that really want to hear from you, you have them. You have them in your pocket, and even if they kick you out of a platform or something, you can reach them and you can be like, hey, this is the new channel, and so it's something to think about. It's like we have to reclaim all those things that we delegated. I mean, it's great to have a society, like everybody does. Everybody is specialized, and I'm all for that. But once there's other agendas that come in, and you don't have a choice, and they decide. I mean, look with the music industry, that's like now, like the music, quote to quote cartels, like the music, the baronas of music. Well, they're not. They have nothing to do with music. It's Google, Facebook, Spotify. You could say maybe but it's like tech people. It's not. I mean, even with the majors and even back then, I mean, all that stuff was like, at least it was music business. Now it's not. It's not music people that are controlling music. So it's interesting. So I think like sooner or later, we're gonna build communities. We're gonna build communities, and with the blockchain, I mean, it's already. I mean, you have like all these like cryptos, but then you'll have your money. Like coffee makers, they'll have their own currency, and they'll have their own social media platforms, and all blockchain, and the media. I mean, now like like mainstream media. I mean, everybody has lost trust. Like, I mean, the last like conflict in the Middle East, it shows everything. It shows like the king is naked. You cannot trust those people. It's like for your information. So, for example, how do I get my information? I mean, there's some citizen journalists, and some of them I pay. I have there's one guy that does a really good job in Switzerland. It's in French, but the guy is like he's a Serbian Swiss dude from Geneva, and it's been like he always publishes on Sundays, like his newspaper, and he's really smart. Like he didn't go. Now he has a YouTube channel and like to bring more people, but he knew from the start that the mailing list and the press, the physical press, and in that case like a PDF, was the solution. And not like a website, and like, I mean, he does have a website and you can download the stuff, but every Sunday he sends you the magazine in PDF format to your mailbox. They even did a censorship with, I think it was like a MailChimp, or I don't want to forget about, I don't know what company was that, but something like those like email providers. I think, disguised as a mistake, they weren't delivering so you can't go that far, like censorship, it's like, it's very, but I think, that's what's going to happen. And also, once the economy collapses, like the banking system, I mean, it has to go away, because it's like inflation and all that is like is disguised like theft. You know, you earn, you work hard, you earn $100, and then they decide to bring, to print more money, and your $100, not because it has like lost value, but it's just because they have printed more. It's only worth $80, but you worked for $100. So that has to change, and I think crypto seems to be the. I mean, and maybe I shouldn't say crypto, but like, blockchain, blockchain currency that cannot that is limited. So we cannot issue more, So that will, then inflation cannot happen. Then it can be volatile. You can lose value. You can gain value. But I think that's how I see the future of everything. And I don't know how it's technically possible, but with social media, we have to do it like that too. With social media, somehow be able to have a decentralized system where we can share ideas, we can share currency, where we can share art, and also generate money with those currencies, and that everything is decentralized, that nobody can control. Nobody can control your money. Nobody can control your speech. But I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But that's my hope is there. Like there's something. I mean, with money, I understand how it's like the whole blockchain thing. Then how we could do it with the social media, because there's also. I mean, you can. When even if you have full freedom of speech, you cannot say everything, because there are certain things. I mean, like full freedom. It's not like, I mean, then there's ethics that comes in. There's like culture. I mean, for example, like those like community rules. In a way, like they're good, because at one point I was like opening my Facebook and they were like. They will be skinning cats like alive, and man, I don't want to see that, like it's it's like it's horror, like you didn't ask for it, and it's just like, I mean, all of a sudden that you have something like that popping up, like I don't know, like, so like at least to manage it, like if you want to see that type of, I mean, it's not illegal, and then there's all it's complicated. It's really complicated, but you should be able to control, like at least for yourself, what I want to see, what I want, like I don't want to, or if I want to see something graphic, or like if I want to see something from a war zone, well, maybe I decide, to go see it, to inform myself. But at least I decide, I ask for it in a way, so I'm prepared. But if everything is all over the place and you have violence and things like that are just, you're not expecting, so, but the technology is there, like it's just that the technology needs to work for the people, not against the people. I think that's the key with technology. And so I went on a tangent, but I think it was pretty interesting. But the video is on kidney filtration, and I think it's super important. So maybe monitor your urine, and and maybe let me know like how your experience, because again, I don't know what's the norm with that, and it's still very mysterious to me, but it's important. Thank you for watching.